Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I do not think it is hyperbole when I say that this may be the biggest failure in literal gaming history. PlayStation, a big publisher, Sony, they just dropped Concord, a live service multiplayer hero shooter for $40. I was pretty down on it. The overwhelming, vast majority of gamers were also down on it, and it seemed like Sony was going to truck along and release the game. I mean, at that point, when it was so far along, they were going to just drop the game and see how it goes, but I think the writing was on the wall that this game was going to be a gigantic failure. A failure to this extent I didn't even see coming, and I have been crapping on this game going back to summer of 2023 when they revealed it with quite possibly the worst trailer of all time. Sometimes I wonder what goes through these big brain companies when they think about how they're going to promote a game, and Concord, they decided to release an absolute abomination. That PlayStation showcase from 2023, I really hope, in retrospect, is going to go down as one of the worst gaming events of all time, because they also revealed Farragame at that event, and that game I don't think is going to turn out all too well, but we haven't seen gameplay of it. Nevertheless, that show was terrible, and Concord debuted with just this garbage CG burger trailer, and it's just like, well, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing? What is game promotion supposed to be? And the idea of that garnering excitement just out the effing window as far as Concord was concerned. But when the game was actually revealed, it just looked like another generic hero shooter, but this time around with absolutely horrific and horrendous character designs as well. Well, there's a new PlayStation blog post coming from Ryan Ellis, game director at Firewalk Studios, who I don't think that studio is long for this world. I'm sorry, I don't want anybody to lose their jobs, but I don't think Firewalk is long for this world. Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey abroad the North Star. Your support in the passionate community that has grown around the world has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that the other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we've decided to take this game offline beginning September the 6th and explore options, including those that'll better reach our players. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. If you purchase the game for PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued to your original payment method. Customers who purchase from other digital storefronts will also be refunded. More information about refunds from Steam and Epic can be found below. Steam Store will refund players who bought the game over the coming days. Steam will send confirmation of the refund once it has been processed. Epic Game Store will refund players who bought the game over the coming days and will contact each customer directly. This game must have sold like 4 copies on the Epic Game Store, so, you know, I don't know. I couldn't imagine anybody spending $40 on Concord, let alone spending $40 on the Epic Game Store version of Concord. Like, that just sounds absolutely wild to me. So, this is one of the biggest fails in gaming history. Look, there have been live service multiplayer titles that come out all the time and aren't long for this world and get shut down fairly quickly. One that comes out from a major publisher like Sony and shuts down within a few weeks of it coming out, they didn't even decide, hey, let's try to pivot to a free-to-play model and offer refunds. No, they outright are just taking the biggest of biggest L's on this game, and that, I'm sorry, this is what we need. Sony at this point has no competition, so even dropping a failure of a game like Concord Xbox isn't going to capitalize and realize that Sony has a very weak period. In fact, Xbox is going to fail to release games like Black Myth Wukong on their platform and just give Sony free exclusive. But what we need is just gargantuan, utter financial failure. Sony needs to be checked. PlayStation needs to be checked somehow, and if Xbox isn't going to check PlayStation like PlayStation checked Xbox back in 2013, somebody's got to do it, and in this case, it is the consumer voting with their wallet. We need games like this that people clearly don't want, that heads at Sony that are clearly so out of touch, just so absolutely out of touch with their own audience, greenlit, and I get that this game was greenlit years ago. I don't care. They were completely out of touch. We need games like this to utterly bomb. We need games like this to utterly fail so they can course correct and do the content that people actually want to do. I am not advocating for people to lose jobs. I am advocating for resources to be allocated in a more competent way. PlayStation has so many IPs under their umbrella that aren't being utilized, and you are going to sink $100 million or however much it was for a game just because you are so desperate. You are so just frothing at the mouth to jump on this live service gravy train. The live service model can work for Helldivers 2 because the essence of Helldivers 2 was never intact. That game is something people actually wanted. I've been talking up Helldivers 2 going back to June of 2023 when that game was revealed. I've been talking that game up. Concord right out the gate I was crapping on. It's not just because the live service model just irritates me so much and I immediately hate live service games. Concord is a hero shooter for $40 with abomination character designs. You can say whatever about other aspects of the game, let's be honest here, but abomination character design, $40 hero shooter. Marvel's Rivals is coming out later this year with Marvel characters and it's gonna be free. Like, we need this game to fail and fair game. Sony better sit their ass down and realize that they better have a winner on their hands or else the same thing is gonna happen. And Sony, we don't want these games out of your development studios. If you want to drop a multiplayer game, how about you remaster Killzone 2, add cross-platform play, drop it on PC day one, price it at $40 to $50 and see how that turns out. I guarantee you that that would do far, far better than Concord. And imagine that, $100 million sunk into Concord. How much money would it have really taken to do a Killzone 2 remaster? I get that it's a PlayStation 3 game, but, you know, I'm sure they could figure it out with $100 million, release it on Steam, release it on PlayStation. I don't know how many copies it would sell. I damn well guarantee you it's going to do better than this pile of trash that everybody already knew that it was going to be a pile of trash unanimously. And I just question the unanimous agreement, or damn near unanimous. I mean, some PlayStation guys are just so down bad, but for the most part, a unanimous agreement that nobody wanted this game. Nobody wants this out of Sony. Nobody wants this pile of trash. How can you be so out of touch to that point that you drop a game that's gonna get crapped on this badly? Like, it just boggles my mind. It infuriates me because I know what PlayStation is capable of. I owned a PlayStation 3 where they completely turned around that console and dropped banger exclusive after banger exclusive. And now that you have such big market share over Xbox, you're just like, oh, let's just put our foot off the gas. We're gonna put out no games for 2 years and let's drop Concord and fair game. Like, F off with this and let's go cancel Last of Us Factions and let's pretty much make Naughty Dog bench for how many years has it been? They may not release a game this generation, Naughty Dog, because after Factions has been canceled, they got another game in development, but is that going to be 2025? I doubt it. Is it going to be 2026? I don't know. And when we're talking about games that far out, like, what are we doing? PlayStation this generation has been trash, absolute trash. I thank you for porting your games to PC, but they have been just utter trash this generation, just trash. And I think a lot of people just want to defend them at every turn that they get because they do have so many great IPs, but man, this generation has just been a gigantic L for them, and I do think that live service has a big part to play for it, and, you know, it is what it is. How many true next-gen exclusives have we gotten that have been real home runs, like Spider-Man 2, Ratchet Rift Apart, you know, outside of that, like, what are we doing here? But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Again, one of the biggest failures in gaming history, but we needed this. This is for the greater good, and I really do believe that for the long-term health of PlayStation, because Xbox doesn't have the capabilities to check PlayStation when they need to be checked, the gamer has to do it themselves, and in this case, they have done a tremendous job of checking them and completely burying this game 10 feet under, and that's what needed to happen for the long-term course correction of PlayStation as far as what they put out. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.